229. Hey, 229, your friend Fireball waving right back at you.
Yeah, I have to, man. I'm going to let you keep out too many times and make my knees up in the radio. So I just wanted to try to wave that because they saw more sunny and local, man, this morning around the sandpile. So take care. I just wanted to say good morning to you, and I'm going to get on out of here. This is Fireball on 229 around the sandpile. Oh, my God, I'll see you.
Right back there, 229. Well, I'm glad you put the broken spoke on me on this great Monday, man. Hey, 229, I'm glad you came out and put the broken spoke on me while we got a little conditions, because I don't know how long they're going to last, but they usually go pretty good for Fireball early in the morning there, 229, their break.
Yeah, you know how Mother Nature do. She will make man for something else. All right, Fireball, take care. And I enjoy the day. I'm going to pull it back on you later. I just wanted to say you this thing working this morning. Say good morning to you. Fireball on 229.
All right there, 229. When you take care, take them easy, man. I'll be here on the radio if you ever want to give me a call. I'm just hanging out today watching the heat go by. 229, take care. Your friend Fireball rocking this mail.
See you guys, see you right down low, right on. Hey, Fireball on 229, so watching the heat go by. Hey, Fireball, it's hot all over the world this year. I put it on you, man. On 229 saying, hello.
Actually, over here, we got a little humidity over here today. We don't usually have humidity. Today, this morning, it was 88 degrees, and the real feel was 95, and it was 59% humidity. That's quite a bit. We don't usually get that, and there's no clouds out there, but I think that a lot of Arizona, there's got a lot of monsoon, so when we get a lot of monsoon over there, we get a little more humidity out here in the desert.
All right, well, just take care. We'll put it on you later. Yes, sir. The weather been doing it this year. That heat been going around this year. Hey, Fireball, 229, been a pleasure. I'm going to put it back on the clay side for a little bit and listen in. I'll see you. Bye.
All right there, 229, take care. I'm going to see if I can get a hold of my friend 17.5 over there around the Bahama Islands on that end, no doubt. Take care, 229 out there around Florida. Fireball, the center of attention. I'm rocking this mail. Hey, 17.5, you still out there?
Yeah, I'm right here reading that. This is Fireball, but I'm right here reading on this mail. That's okay.
Hey, 10 Roger, I'm reading the mail on that end. Well, that's a good thing. Yeah, I got somebody stole my car trailer out in my front yard here the last couple days. I'm not really even sure when. I just noticed it missing, and I had to file a claim on it, so that sucks. I guess people, times are tough for other thieves who wants to steal stuff their break.
Hey, Roger, man, I'm surprised you ain't got no cameras on that, Roger. I'm surprised you ain't got no surveillance cameras on that radio break.
Yeah, I'm gonna put some up, I guess. I didn't have I got a sign that says I got cameras, but they weren't working at the time, so I wish I did. Then I'd have known who backed up to it and took it, their break.
Yeah, boy, these Kentuckers, boy, they got some nerve. That's all I can say. They got some Kentucky nerve to steal, to back up in the front of somebody's Kentucky yard and hit up a damn trailer and just take off with it, man. Lord have mercy, boy. I believe that's someone that they know that you weren't home. They're folks there.
Yeah, I think it was still here when I came by. When I came home, I think it was still here, but I'm not positive, you know. You don't notice it when you see the same things every day, you know, when you drive up. So I'm not really positive if they knew or not knew. I don't know. But I'll find it. And if I find it, I'll recover it. If not, I'll just have to find another one. Because I use it a lot, putting a lot of cars on it because I carry a lot of stuff. And I built it as a flatbed, too. It's not just for cars. I could put all kinds of stuff on it. But, oh well. Got to go with another day and put some more cameras up and make sure they work, I guess. Yeah, 10 Raj on that. You never know, man. Maybe we'll find it. But if not, it's all good. I'll just go day by day, claiming on my home insurance or something like that. I'm going to call them today. But other than that, man, has it been windy and hot over there in the Bahama Islands, or you just been getting the good weather? Okay, that got a little rough. I heard some of that. You got about 85 over there. Yeah, that's somewhat what we got. Like I said, we got 88 degrees. I was telling 229 about it. We got 88 degrees over here and 59% humidity, and we don't usually get that much over here. It's rare. Out here, we usually get about 6%, 6 to 12% humidity. That's about all we see here in the middle of the desert. So to see 59 or 60, that's really rare.
Yeah, like I said, we got 85, but the humidity got it feeling like we're close to about 100. But it ain't that bad, you know, because we got a whole lot of trees. To make things a bit
Man, it gets so hot out here. We went to the lake on Saturday, and we were out at the lake, and we tried one of these jet skis that did work. It worked last time I was there, but then this time it didn't. And it was a fuel line, so we had to run into town, go get us a fuel line and take the seat off and change the fuel line. And it was 111 we were doing that, man. We were doing that off the trailer. We had to do it, or we would have had gas all over the jet ski on that end, so yeah. But we fixed it up and relaunched it and drove it around. But man, out here when it's 111, it's like a heater going through your face when you're driving a jet ski on the water there, Break.
Yeah, Roger. Well, boy, Mother Nature got you falling all the way back now, Fireball. You're going all the way back to about 3 to 5, man, so I know I'm probably falling all the way back in your radio as well. But it should be against the law to be okay. And that kind of temperature, man, they got to do something about that. It should be against the law to be out there working in that kind of heat on that kind of damn Fireball. So, I don't want you straining your ears on that end. I heard that feedback. So I'm going to ease on the way. Catch you later. Fireball. 17.5.
All right, there's 17.5. No, you came up this time. I might have came up in your radio too, man. Because, yeah, a minute ago the conditions were a little different. You were hitting me about 5. Now you jumped up in there about 9. So it got a lot better on that end. But, yeah, my conditions might not be good in your favor, but your conditions on my end are getting better on that end, no doubt. 17.5. We'll catch you come later when the conditions get a little better. I'm just sitting over here drinking me a Dr. Pepper and rocking this mail.
So you enjoy that Dr. Pepper now. You enjoy that Dr. Pepper now, Fireball. You say conditions that got me coming up a bit and I'm sounding a bit better. I don't know, man. Mother Nature probably is with me right now, no doubt about it. But you take care, man. And it's always a pleasure to put a broke on you, my big brother. Fireball. 5 great big old hoops. I got the beam cranked down about 22 feet right now. So I'm not at the height that I usually talk. I had to do some work on that. I got it cranked down about 22 feet. Put on your later Fireball, 17.5.
Oh, that's probably why you're not sounding as good as you usually do if you got your antenna cranked down. Must be windy over there. That's what I do. When it gets a little windy over here, I crank this thing down. I bring the middle section down. The heavy section, you know, the middle part is where you get all the weight on that end. And that's when I crank down. But It hasn't been windy. It's just been hot. So I got this thing cranked up about 60 feet in the air. Breaker, breaker.
Yeah, I had to change the side support, side support cable on that end. I had to change it, and that's why I cranked it all the way down. I had to change that side support cable for the boom. So I cranked it all the way down so that I could get that all squared away there, okay?
Oh, cool. You haven't put on the part for the boom. You haven't put it on yet, or you just haven't cranked it back up.
I just didn't crank it back up because we were having some bad weather coming through here, so I figured I'm gonna leave it down until everything passes through there, okay?
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. You don't want your antenna cranked up, in the wind and whatnot, because then you got to really do a lot of work. I was talking to Double Trouble out there around Bermuda. He says he's had 3 different base station antennas and towers, and each one blew down and got messed up in a hurricane, and that's why he's in the Mobile now. He said he was done with the base stations. He said he's done trying to put up towers and then they just blow down and break.
I don't know what kind of tower he put up. If he installed a tower and the tower just blew down, boy, I'm telling you, I don't know what kind of installation that was, Ken Bigger. Because if he got that damn thing installed correctly, and a storm come and blow it down, man, everything around there should be on the ground there, folks.
Yeah, maybe, yeah. For the 3rd time, yeah. If it was windy, he should have just cranked down and put it on the floor, and then he'd been fine. But, yeah, one time when I talked to him, he said he's just doing the Mobile, man. He's got the Ghost Rider Mobile and revs his motor and stuff. He does pretty good there when he gets good conditions on that end. I don't know, maybe they got some twisted hurricanes out there around Bermuda there, break.
Yeah, maybe they had their share of storms passing through that way. I mean, luckily for us, man, God has been good, and we didn't have any for the last maybe 2-3 years. So that's definitely a good thing. But yeah, man, I was looking at the weather and saw that we were expecting to have some weather come through. So I figured I already have that camping cranked all the way down. So I'm not gonna put it up until I see we got the all clear, man. When I see things are going to be looking good, then I'm going to probably crank it back up. Fireball, you hear me, break.
Oh, man, it's working good 22 foot off the ground right now. Shoot, I got every word you said. I got you about 9 dB. It's like you and me are the only one out here. Like that one time, me and you talked for like an hour, man. At night. Remember that one time, man? We talked for like an hour and 15 minutes.
Yeah, if Mother Nature keeps on doing what she's doing now, we may have a camping we may have a If Mother Nature keeps on doing what she's doing now, we just might be in for a rerun there, folks.
Yeah. Yeah, I like the Mother Nature that's out here by the Salton Sea. It's just weird, man. Being 167 foot below sea level, it's like I'm talking inside the barometer or something, man. And then it magnifies itself with this Salton Sea we got. So it just bounces in the ionosphere. It just acts like a magnifying glass. Kind of like where you're at. I mean, you're on an island, man. You're on the Bahamas. So I don't know how far from the water you are, but it really does help.
If I would hop in my vehicle, and I could head on to the south, I'll be at the water in I'll say maybe about 7 minutes. I'll be at the water there, okay?
That's about how far I got to go. It's about 2 miles. Probably about 5 minutes. I can drive all the way down. And I can't drive right to the Salton Sea. I got to off-road there. Because since the Salton Sea's been drying up, you got to get into the dirt, get into the sand, and off-road close to the water there, 410.
Yeah, 10 Roger. I'm the south coast is closer to where I'm at. There in if I want to get closer to the west coast, on the coastal point on the west side of the island, man. It'll probably take me about I'll say about 20, maybe about a 15, 20-minute drive, 20-minute drive or so to get me out there by the waterfront on the west side there, Fotan.
Oh, okay. So when you point west, you point over land for 20 miles before it gets to the water then. So you're really the water that's close to you is behind you. It's east of you there, Break.
Exactly. You got it. So yeah, that's you about right. The water to the west of me, where I'm looking, where I got my antenna looking, that's probably about 20 miles. Yeah, about 20 miles or so. You got it.
Oh, okay. Well, it's still working for you, man. It'd be better if you lived on the west side, though. Too bad you didn't have a beach house on the west side of the Bahama Islands there, Break.
Yeah, that's where Frank is at. Frank is much closer. Frank Lucas, that kind of is much closer. He's way out there to the west, man, and so that's why when he comes that way, that kind of is always close, and he's close there. He's much closer than I am. That's okay.
Oh, yeah, I talked to Frank Lucas a lot, man. He got a good antenna system, too. He got a real good antenna system from a guy that I know of with some specs on that end. So, oh yeah, that guy picking Frank Lucas, man. He's a force to be reckoned with. There, Break.
Yes, sir. And that he ain't got straight like he's gonna be. He's not quite there yet, but he's working on it. He's working on it. It's all a work in progress for us over here, man. I'm looking at some other stuff right now, and just thinking about it. I think I'm gonna try something else. I'm gonna try something new, and see how that works out for me. I'll say about another couple months or so. We'll see how it goes. That's okay.
Hey, 10 Roger on that. Well, shoot, man. Maybe I'll be able to hear you better. I hear you great right now. I mean, right before I keyed up, before you keyed up, I was going to count how many times the blue water said bye. And that's why I'm glad you came out here, because, man, I don't know who it was, but all I heard was bye. And I was like, man, hold on, let me just sit here and count how many times they said bye.
Well, you ain't heard it from me yet. Hey, Fireball, you have not heard it from me as yet, that break.
Oh yeah, you got some talk. You got some talk swagger, man. That's a good thing. You got some talk swagger, but there's some other guys out there around the blue water areas. All of them, man. All they say is 10 Roger, right on, bye. Man, they got to get themselves some talk game there. 17.5 breaker.
They just want to get their name called. That's all it is. They just want to bump it down and know that they're being heard out there in the world of sound, man. They ain't got no damn conversation. They ain't got nothing to talk about, man. And I've had a whole lot of time where the people be trying to encourage a little, a conversation, but I don't know, man. It's like they don't get it. You know what I'm saying? I could tell when somebody want to engage in some shiggity. You got to be able to give it right back there, folks.
Yeah, 10 Roger on that. You got to have the gift of gab, man. Hey, 17.5. Sometimes you just got to have the gift of gab, and if you don't, I guess you're just, I talked to this one guy in Georgia, and all he would say was his handle and about 4 other words. Can't remember his handle, because I just got bored of talking to him, but all he would say is, 10 Roger, right on, Fireball, blah, 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 all right, catch you later. And I'd try to talk to him and be like, man, how you doing over there? You know, what part of Georgia you live in? 10 Roger, right on, Fireball, 10 Roger, right on, blah, 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 go. I'm like, man, some of these guys just can't do it. Some of these guys just don't have the gift of gab, breaker.
Yeah, folks, yes, sir. It's like that over there, too. But, man, look here. When I see it like that, I just let it go. Hey, Fireball, when I see it like that, I just let it go. I know who I could talk to and I'll be able to get a good conversation, a good QSO going. I know those people that I can talk to, so when I hear them out there, man, I'm always trying to get up in that Camp Bacon radio, especially when I get the time. And like today, I'm off today, so I'm gonna be here at the radio doing all my talking as long as Mother Nature lets me there.
Now, E10 Roger on that. Yeah, well, and another thing too is if somebody's not entertaining you, and they just saying they're handling by, man, sometimes you just want to talk to somebody else if they're just going to say 3 words there, 410.
Yeah, and the thing about it is, Fireball, the thing about it is, man, when they bump it down and they say what they got to say and they get out of the way and they do it in less than damn 2 minutes, and you get to talking to somebody else, they're going to come right back up in your radio and call you another 10 times, they're 410.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's just some of those guys. They're just they just want to key on somebody. That's all they want to do. They'll be like, blah blah blah. I'm going. Oh, tell them I keyed on them. Tell them I've been there and gone. Tell them I've been there and gone. Like 22 Steel out there around Michigan. I try to get him to talk to me, but all he just says is 22 Steel. Been there and gone.
100 times. He'll do it 100 times. He'll do it 100 times. He'll do that 100 times and get out of the way. Lord have mercy. A lot of them, that's why they get ignored, man. A lot of them, they do that so much they get ignored from time to time, right?
Yeah, 10 Roger on that. 222 out there in Chicago, he does that. That's kind of all he does is key up and say, 222, good morning, 222, okay, I'm gone. You know, I don't like to talk bad about these guys. They're good operators. But it's just the way they operate is just a little different than me and you there, Break.
10 Roger. 222's a good guy, man. I guess when he does things that he just that can't be just a flex in his muscle, man. He just wants you to know, look here, I'm there. He just wants you to tell that can't be he's talking to that he's there. But he don't want to stay too long. He just wants you to know, wants you to roll that on the strip line. That's 410.
Yep. Yeah, he just wants you to say, hey, tell him I said hello. Tell him I said hello. You get your station set up, your big old station, your big old beam to say, hey, tell him I said hello and I've been there and gone.
Well, our builders can be station together there and do a bit of talking, man. I mean, it's all fun. It has its place, Fireball. Getting out there and from time to time, I like to bump it down, be able to bump it down and have a QSO, man. So, like that, the station has got to be right. Man, you be out there, you talk until tomorrow. The station has got to be right. Everything needs to be right and tight from the rooter to the tube.
Yeah, 10 Roger on that. I had to learn that last year when they had this big hammer show competition, When I was reading up on the rules and watching how the rules go and how you got to be on the radio. You got to be on the radio and do some talking on that end, not just whoop on everybody and then leave, You got to entertain the other station. That's how I won that big hammer show competition. Because I'm over there refereeing fights or just stirring stuff up, just entertaining everybody. And everybody voted for me, and they left everybody else hanging to dry their break.
Yeah, you had everybody attention. A lot of activity started on that end Fireball, and you were pissing a whole lot of persons off. You were making a whole lot of them laugh. You were providing a whole lot of entertainment, and at the same time, you were pushing a whole lot of them off there, right?
Man, I made them all step up. All these guys had to step up just to get up on even close to being where Fireball is. But what it is they can't beat my conditions, man. That's one thing they can't beat. If they get in there 2 minutes, 3 minutes, whatever, if they want to get a piece of Fireball. But what they shouldn't do is ever chase me. They don't want to chase Fireball because usually I got more conditions than they do. But if they chase Fireball, they might be itching for cruising for a bruise in their brake.
That can begin position and that condition, and you're right about what you said. When you get your station set up, man, it's like you're out there, you get the best of both worlds, man. You get the can begin condition and you get the position, because you're out there talking and nobody else can. Like right now, I'm just hearing you. It's like I was hearing a whole lot of other stations earlier. Man, but right now it's like it's just you and me out there that folks.
Yeah, there's a couple people out there. I don't know who they are though. You got a hammer on them, but yeah, that's kind of the way this radio station sits, man. Out here in the middle of the desert, it gets its own unique conditions, and probably ain't nobody. Probably everybody else's radio's probably quiet. There's probably nobody else on the radio. They don't even know I'm out here talking to you. They're 17.5 their break.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about now. I don't hear nobody else. I was getting a lot of skips coming out of the Magnolia. I was getting skips coming out of the Magnolia and whatnot. I was getting some Dr. Payne in Florida and some other stations, man. I was getting what's his name? Water Pipe. I was hearing all those cotton pickers, man, and hearing them talking to a 12 gauge on the power. And now you are the only thing that I got in my radio right now. Fireball, go ahead.
Yeah, that's the same over here. It's just you're the only one in my radio. That's just the way Mother Nature goes. And probably, usually when it's like this, there might not be a whole lot of conditions today. We might fade on out. It might be quiet for the rest of the day.
Well, I'll tell you what, if that's the case, I'll be good to go. I ain't got no problem with that, man. We done been out here talking almost about 40 minutes, Fireball. I got to get rolling. I got the whole thing over here rolling right here, right now, man. Yeah, so, like I said earlier, just may be a rerun of what took place that other night. This time is happening in the studio, protest.
Oh, yeah, that was fun, man. You know, I mean, you were talking. Yeah, I get a lot of. I think when I was talking to you, that's when everyone had conditions with Hawaii, and I get a lot of Hawaii conditions too. I get weird conditions, man, down here. I get conditions in L.A. and the high desert and Northern Cal that none of them guys get. It's weird.
So how was your condition? Let's say going around Australia. How are things going? When do you, and how often did you get Australia in there?
Well, I don't get a lot of Australia. I got to go over about 3,000 foot of mountains, but I can get Australia pretty good, and Hawaii. Here's when I get Hawaii, they're all talking to the Bayou country. That's when I can talk to Hawaii. But now when California's talking to Hawaii, I can't talk to Hawaii when California's talking to Hawaii. Only when Hawaii's talking to the people out in the Bayou country and New Mexico and Colorado.
And that's because of those mountains? You think that's because of the mountains and where you are in terms of sea level?
I'm not sure. It could be. It definitely could be because of the sea level, since I'm 167 foot below sea level. But yeah, it could be. But I'm right where the mountains are. I'm saying I'm about 40 miles away from the 3,000 foot mountains. It takes about, I'd say about 40 minutes to get. That's about 35 miles. And then that's at the bottom. It's about 60 miles to the top. All the way to the top of the mountain at Ranchita, which is about 3,500 feet. But I got to go over all those mountains with this antenna down here in the middle of the desert where the Salton Sea is. And then also, when I point west, I don't got the water in front of me, I got the water behind me.
Yeah, folks, and I
Well, you put it in on the sand side. I don't care which way you point that car to pick a five ball. Five ball, I don't care which way you point it.
Depends on sea level. I'm looking right now trying to figure it out. But shoot, most of the Bahamas around here is probably just about 3 feet above sea level or so. About 3 feet in a whole lot of cases. Some of the islands are probably a little below sea level, but it ain't that bad there, Roger.
Yeah. Yeah, 167 foot below sea level, and they say that the center of the Salton Sea is 200 foot below sea level. That's why it flooded. See, years ago, before the Hoover Dam, before Las Vegas, they had all these floods in 1923, and they had this farmer out here that built a little ditch, like a little canal, to have a little tiny lake over here that used to be through the Sea of Cortez. It used to be a lake then, and then it dried up. Well, then they said, well, we'll build a canal from the whatever they call it, the Colorado River, in like 1923. And then like 1925 or something like that, man, it flooded like no tomorrow and just kept flooding for like 5 years. And that's how the Salton Sea came about.
That. Lord have mercy, Jamil. Yes, sir. So that's what we at, man. So a lot of places around here are kind of prone to flooding and stuff like that. Especially when we got a whole lot of rain, man. Shoot, the water just it doesn't go anywhere real quickly. You know what I'm saying? So but where I'm at ain't too bad. Where I'm located, it ain't too bad. And the water pretty much subsides pretty quickly. But the water table over here is really high. The water table is high. If I were to go there and I were to start digging into the ground, I would probably start seeing or hitting the water table anywhere from around 3 to 4 feet there, Roger.
Oh, wow, yeah, see, no, not me, man. Mine's all rock and dirt. Man, when I did this footing, I had to use a rotor hammer, a jackhammer, all kinds of stuff to drill all that stuff in there to get the rocks out of there. When it floods over here, we just get flash floods, and the water just flows right on by with these washes, and it flows right down into the Salton Sea, so... And then that's coming from those 3,000 foot mountains that I was telling you about. They just all jump down into the desert and they roll right past my house and roll right down into the Salton Sea there, breaker.
Yeah, 410. Yes, sir. Yeah, man. So grounding for us ain't too bad because of that. But, you could take a 6-foot ground rod and you put that down and you're bound to... be hitting some water. So, the grounding is really good, and, for that. It's really good for that. But when we do have a whole lot of rain, and if we have a combination of all that rain mixed with what they call a king tide, man, listen here, the flooding gets, it starts to get a little, scary because of the water table being so high. So you see a whole lot more water than you usually do. And, that, if you're not used to it, it could get a bit scary there, Roger.
Man, hopefully you did your footing real good with a lot of good concrete. If your water table's got a lot of water in it, man, you got to make sure that your the bottom of your footing has got some gravel on it, so that way when it rains or anything like that, the water that goes down the pipes of the tower on that end, they go down into the footing. I don't have mine like that. All mine's just it's on a hinge plate. But my friend 406 over there around what do they call that up there around Montana? That's what he's doing. He's putting the tower right into the concrete.
Oh, okay. Well, I got a plate I got a plate. That again, my antenna, the tower is fastened to a plate that goes down into the concrete. I got I think it's like maybe about a little bit on an inch. Those anchor bolts, and they're like about maybe about 2.5, almost 3 feet. No, I'll say about 3 feet. They're about 3 feet long anchor bolts, and they're down there onto that rebar cage. Into that rebar cage that's down there in the ground there, okay?
That's how I did mine. Yeah, I had these big, long, I bought them, I got my anchor bolts. I got my, they call them J-bolts. I got my J-bolts from a company that does light poles, light pole footings. And I got these big old 1-inch J-bolts that were 3 foot like yours. I stuck them all the way down into the footing. And then I built a cage around it, dropped that in, and then I built a bottom mat and a top mat right at the top, just right under the 2x4s. And then I just tied all that together. I got a lot of rebar in here in this footing, man. This thing ain't going nowhere.
Yep. I got a big rebar cage down there as well. And make sure I got some concrete with there's a high PSI. And also I got some fiber, some of that fiber mix, and threw that inside there too. Make sure that ain't going nowhere, folks.
Yeah, I should have put mesh on mine. I was going to do that. I told 406 Midnight Cowboy to do that, and he did that. He put some wire mesh on the top of his mat. But I didn't have any at the time, so I just poured it. I had a lot of rebar on the top anyway, so. And I had some 3/4 rebar that I got for $100. I got like 15 sticks of some 3/4 rebar. So I put some big ass rebar on the top mat.
Yeah, I'm using 3/4 as well. Man, listen here, I wanted to make sure that this can be solid, man. Frank has a real good installation too. Him and I were using the same type tower. One of those, but mine is a U.S. tower, 455. It cranks up to about 55 feet there, Roger.
I got the same one. I used to have an older version. I had 2 of these. I had the TX455. It was a little shorter and lighter. I sold it when I got out of the radio and I moved my base station and went to the Mobile, but I had a little patio control there years ago and had a shorter one. Now this one is heavier. This one that I got's an older one. I mean, it's from probably the 80s, early 80s, and it's made the guy off. Now the other one I had was freestanding. You just crank it. You didn't need to guy it off at all. But this one here, it has a little guy wire spots for it, so I got a rope at the very top of it. I don't have the middle section guyed off, but I got the top section guyed off with some of that guy rope, that real thick 1/2-inch guy rope. It keeps it up there pretty good, even in a little bit of 30-mile-an-hour winds.
Yeah, folks, and mine is freestanding. Mine is freestanding, so I don't have too much to worry about that. So you got a electric winch or motor on yours, or do you go there and you got to crank it by hand?
I crank mine by hand. Gives me exercise. It's a lot of cranking. I have an automatic. I have a couple winches I could put on there, but I like cranking it. I don't mind cranking it up, and I don't mind cranking it down. It doesn't bother me none.
Yeah, folks, and well, I got this tower from a guy, a ham operator that actually lives out there in California. I saw he had it for sale. I approached him and we talked, and He gave me it for a really good deal, man. Shoots, it cost me a whole lot more money trying to get that transported from California down to Florida. That cost more than what he sold me the tower for there, Roger.
I'm sure it did. Yeah, tower. There's a lot of towers in California for some reason. There really is. My friend Master Chief, maybe that's who you got it from. He's a tower guy. That's all he does is take them down. And then he's got a big old yard here in California. But he's moving all of that to Arkansas. He's moving to Arkansas. Real good guy. That's who hooked me up with this tower. I got this one for $300. I got this U.S. tower for $300. I had to go down to, I don't know where, Pomona or something like that, down there by the 605. And it was heavy, man. And I got it off the car trailer. It got stolen. I put it on that. And I had to crank it up with some come-alongs that were in the front toolbox. And I cranked it up there. We picked it up, got it on, and then we had to drag it on the trailer. It was heavy. This thing here is, it weighs probably 3,600 pounds just sitting on the ground. And it took a lot to crank it, too, to tilt it up. We tilted it up with a tractor.
Yeah, folks, man, listen, I had to get a crane truck. And, crane truck to take it and, for it to be installed in the backyard. So, we couldn't get to the back. We couldn't access the backyard from like around the side of the house or the front of the house. So we had to go drive around, come around the next street behind my house, and luckily there was not really a vacant lot, but there's a house on it, but nobody stays there, and they have enough space so the truck could have just rolled on the side of the house, and we were able to just bring put the tower. Install everything from the other street, just come around the back of the house.
Yeah, don't put no samples on me, man. I'm saying, you must have followed me from Dutch Chuck and 11 on that air. Don't put no samples on me, Shot Rock. I'm scared.
Wow, holy moly, that took a lot to put that on. So you had to get a boom truck, get it over there in the backyard at a neighbor's house, boom it over to your area, and tilt it up that way. Because you didn't have any room to get anything in there. Wow. What a way to tilt that thing up. Well, once it's tilted up, you're good. Probably would get a zoom boom or something like that to tune your antenna. That's what I'm doing. I'm not cranking mine down to do that. Or tilting mine down. I'm just leaving mine up. Mine, like I said, yours is probably cranked down about 20-something feet. That's what mine does. It'll sit about 22 feet. Yep. Oh, that's amazing how you did that. Well, at least you got it going.
But I'm getting on down.
It's down to about 22. It's down to about 22 feet right now, and for me, because of the design of the I can swing it around. 25, they're pretty boy. And I'm able to stand right there on the roof and be able to see the feed point from where I stand on the roof, and the feed point is right at the height of my chest. So I just want you to know you were smoking.
I could almost do mine from the roof, but I can't tune my antenna. I'm not low enough. My building, I'm right next to my tower. I could take an extension ladder, put it on the roof, and get to the top of my tower. Well, 'cause I think I got like, a 20-foot extension ladder, maybe a 16-foot. And that's pretty hairy. I put a light up there when I first put this tower up. And I did have some issues with the feed point or something like that, and had to do it with the extension ladder, but I was able to do it. But I want to get a scissor lift and just just have a scissor lift sitting by and where I can use it, or a scalpel. But I don't have either one of those yet. But one of these days I'll either have a scalpel where I can build a scalpel and go up there at the top and tune it, or change antennas if I want, and then take the scalpel down and store it.
Hello, Fireball. Hello, my friend Fireball. While you're out there talking about your antenna. Hello, Fireball. Maul drop up in Harlem with a quick afternoon wave. Calling back.
E-lift or something like that. I've seen a couple of them around. Like around maybe.
Hold on there, Maul Dropper.
I just want to say hello, being I heard you in my radio, man. Sounded like a local in my receiver. Fireball or Maul drop up Bermuda Island. Back quiet.
10 Roger on that there, 17.5. I kind of losing you there, old Maul Dropper out there around Bermuda Islands is jumping in there, though, there, 17.5. So I'm going to have to catch you come later here, 17.5. Good talking to you, man, for the last 45 minutes. And I'm going to have to wave a hand to my friend Maul Dropper. He said that I got a mall out there around Bermuda Island, too. Hello to you, Maul Dropper. I'm going to have to say hello to you because you jumped in my radio. I was over here talking to 17.5 about everything, man. Hey, you Maul Dropper. Your friend Fireball waving a hand at you also.
Okay, you're talking to my 5. Is he down in Bahamas? He's a friend right there. If you're talking to 5 in Bahamas, that's a good friend right there. Sure, yeah. Fireball, I'm not going to tie it up. I'm going to jump in. Fireball, they call me Maul. Man with the $50 here in Bermuda. I just got down.
Right back there, Maul Dropper. Actually, me and 17.5, you said 17.5 is a good friend of yours. You know, we were just talking about, I don't know if it was Maul Dropper or the other guy in Bermuda. We were just talking about his base stations that he had when the antennas broke down every time there, 410. Then he went to his mobile. Oh, yeah, Double Trouble.
Double Trouble. Hey, Fireball, you're talking about Double Trouble. That's what you're talking about. But I'm Maul Dropper, man. I'm the one with the $50 radio there, but...
Hey, 10 Roger. Yeah, it was Double Trouble. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah, we were just talking, me and 17.5, we were just talking about Double Trouble and talking about the footings that you need for a good tower on that end so things don't blow down, no doubt. Maul Dropper with the $5 radio. I'm definitely waving at you.
Don't get me mixed up with $5 radio in Texas. Don't get me mixed up, Fireball. Not $5, it's $50 radio. The man with the $50 radio, Fireball, brother.
Well, $50 radio's working, not the $5 radio. You mean the $50 radio. Hey, Maul Dropper, you mean the $50 radio. Well, that $50 radio's working for you, Maul Dropper. All the way from the Bermuda Islands.
Well, I appreciate it, man. Hey, Fireball, I appreciate you letting me know I'm getting all the way down. Take care, man. Get on out your ears. Fireball, man. Oh, Maul, you're bringing in the deep blue waters of Bermuda. Just got down.
All right there, Maul Dropper. Hey, man, I ain't going to stay much longer, man. I've already been out here 49 minutes on that end. Actually, even longer than that. Shoot, it's 8:30 over here. So I got some other stuff I got to do today there, Maul Dropper, but it's good hearing you in there, good talking to you, and it was good talking to 17.5 and all the other good time gang who came in this radio. But I want to get up out the middle of the road there, Maul Dropper, and see how my son's doing, man. He's hanging out for the next couple days, and we got some stuff we got to do with some working on some jet skis. Hey, you take care, take him easy, Mr. Maul Dropper with the $50 radio in Bermuda. Fireball 200 foot below sea levels waving at you.
Fireball. You got a hammer out here too, man. I like when I hear you come through. I like clean, crystal clear things. A big old hammer. That's what you sound like in my radio. Have a good day, Fireball. I'm going to get on out of here. Maul dropping. Just got down.
All right, I got most of that. Yeah, you're kind of dropping on out of there anyway, so I guess it's good we can talk later. Take care, Maul Dropper. Thanks for all them flowers. Let's save some of those for yourself with that $50 radio. Take care. I'm rocking the mail.
Bye.